If you have been following this story about these stranded cruise ship passengers in the Gulf of Mexico, you know that there are more than 3,000 of them who are experiencing seasickness on a whole new level right now. Take a look at this picture. This is just into us, showing these passengers. You see them all on the tip top of the deck? This is the Carnival ship Triumph. This picture was taken yesterday from another Carnival ship. No doubt those people are trying to get fresh air. Wouldn't you? Escape the downright nastiness that some of these people on board the ship are describing to us here at CNN. Listen.
The smells are, I can describe them. Our room is flooded. There's sewage, raw sewage, pretty bad. When you walk in the hallway, you have to cover your face. We don't have any masks for breathing. It's disgusting. It's the worst thing ever. We're sleeping on mattresses. Our room is so horrible.
Oh, the ship is still slowly being towed to Mobile, Alabama. It is expected to limp into port as early as Wednesday afternoon. Sally Richardson, if you have raw sewage running down your walls in your room, what are you doing?
Listen, I'm swimming to shore. I don't know what to do from here. I've been on one cruise. It was only for 4 days, and things went well, and I felt like I was in prison. So I can't imagine. This is, I definitely won't be on any cruises soon.
So you're one and done. Connor, what about you? Are you a cruiser? What if you were having to, fist fight someone for food?
Yeah, I've never been on one. I've been fascinated by them, though, because it's a 4,000-person city with 7 restaurants, 4 pools, a nightclub, a full-size theater. It's I think 100,000 tons, and it floats. So to me, it's amazing this doesn't happen every time they leave port. It's kind of a miracle that they ever work. But yeah, it sounds terrible. My hearts go out to the families.
Brooke, I haven't been on a cruise.
It sounds amazing to me that they don't have a plan in place for this. It seems like the first thing that you would think of, which is, okay, something happens while we're at sea. How do we evacuate the passengers? That, to me, seems amazing. I've actually been on cruises, and that 4,000-person floating city thing is awesome when it works, but it's unthinkable to me that they don't have a plan for when it doesn't.
Does hearing this story, Rachel, keep you, maybe have you second guess the next time you want to make a reservation?
No, you can't really live your life that way. You just, you assume that everybody learns and puts further plans into place when you're moving on. If I was offered to go on a fabulous cruise like the last one I went on, I would seriously consider it.
You would be in. And for every cruise, that goes awry, there are so many others that we're not talking about that are just fine. But let me move on. Howie, I'm going to have you jump in because I want to talk about jobs. We found this fascinating list because this talks about specifically where the jobs are now. U.S. News and World Report, they put this list together of the 20 industries that are at record employment levels. Some of them, not much of a surprise, places like, healthcare. But there are a couple that made us scratch our heads. Let me share this with you. For instance, bars and restaurants. 10.1 million jobs. Obviously, a lot of us still eating out, myself included. Booze, 400,000 jobs. People at breweries and wineries, people are boozing. And celebrity handling. This is a job, 123,000 jobs, agents, public figures, etc. So, Sally, my question to you is congrats. You're quite the job creator, apparently.
And I need lots of handlers. It took 10 people to get me in here. But I think that people don't know that these jobs, if you're a high-profile assistant, these people are being paid a lot. You don't have a good life because you're really at the beck and call of these people, but you make a nice living.
And you get some serious perks. Howie, I hear you call my name. What do you want to say?
I don't think the cruise ship industry is going to be among those growth industries.
Yeah,
but
what's
sad, I'm glad somebody in America is hiring, given the anemic state of the economy. But when you look at that list, nail salons, amusement parks, bars, as you said, doesn't seem like you're going to build the economy of the future on those kinds of service jobs. There's not many of them not terribly well-paying jobs and not going to make up for all the jobs, the higher wage manufacturing jobs that have been lost in America. So I found the list kind of depressing.
Yeah, it's interesting you mentioned the nail salons. Rachel, I don't know if you get manis and petties ever, but that created
58,000 right now.
58,000 jobs. So what do you think? Is that a sign that the economy that we still kind of like to splurge on the little things? Because, I
think that's what's available, right?
Yeah.
I think if those are the easy things to not cut off. Maybe I won't go get a massage and a facial, but at the very least I can get a manicure. What I actually found very fascinating about this was the growth in the celebrity handling industry as well. It made me think about the change in what it means to be a celebrity these days and how many more celebrities are being minted online. And so perhaps that could could be part of it.
And is that a good thing? But I feel like that's a whole other panel discussion
It's a thing.
all into itself. How
you know,
yeah, go ahead, real quickly.
But you know, I think that it's okay. We do need those other jobs for people. You know, those people, not everyone is going to be an attorney or a doctor.
Yep.
Other people need those everyday jobs, and they contribute to their family, and I think that does contribute to the economy.
I'm dining out.
Agreed.
I'm glad there are people working at restaurants who can help feed me, I suppose.